Hello students, in this lecture we will learn about substitution reaction. What are substitution reactions? Reactions which involves the substitution or replacement of one or more atoms or group of atoms are known as substitution reactions. These reactions may be initiated by nucleophile, electrophile or free radical. So depending on the type of initiator, the reactions they have been classified into following classes: free radical substitution reaction, electrophilic substitution reaction and nucleophilic substitution reaction. So electrophilic substitution reactions I will discuss with you in upcoming lectures. Here in this lectures I am going to discuss with you detail of nucleophilic substitution reactions. Nucleophilic substitution reactions. First, I am going to discuss with you SN2 reaction. It stands for bimolecular nucleophilic substitution. 2 stands for bimolecular, N stands for nucleophilic and S stands for substitution. In this type of reaction, the rate of a nucleophilic substitution reaction depends on the concentration of both the substrate and the nucleophile, and the reaction is of second order. This reaction is represented as SN2. Since in this reaction, the rate of a reaction that depends upon the concentration of substrate as well as nucleophile, so this is represented as rate is directly proportional to the concentration of substrate and nucleophile. A square bracket represents the concentration of a species. Therefore, the rate determining step, which is a slow step, involves the participation of both the substrate and the nucleophile. For example, hydrolysis of methyl bromide. So, in this example, we can see when methyl bromide is hydrolyzed by aqueous NaOH, methyl alcohol is formed. So, in this reaction, the hydroxide ion, which is a nucleophile, approaches the central carbon atom from the back side or from the rear side. So here the nucleophile, the nucleophile is a hydroxide ion. In previous lectures, we discussed about nucleophile, electrophiles and free radicals. So nucleophiles are a species which are electron rich and they always attack on a electron deficient center. So in this reaction, the hydroxide ion, this approaches from the rear side only, because if it approaches the central carbon atom from this side or from this side, so in that case what happens, the since this bromine atom, this is electronegative, so this repels this nucleophile, and as a result of which the product will not form. Therefore, this attacks from the rear side. So in transition state, we can see that the bond formation between carbon and hydroxyl ion and the bond breakdown between carbon and bromine atom. So what happens in this case, as the hydroxide ion approaches the central carbon atom, the negative charge which is present on the hydroxide ion, it diminishes gradually and the bond formation takes place between carbon and hydroxide ion. At the same time, the bond between carbon and bromine atom starts to cleave. Therefore, it acquires a partial negative charge, or we may say that the bond formation and bond breakdown, both process is taking place in one step, or both the process is going on simultaneously. This type of reaction is known as a concerted reaction mechanism. In this type of a reaction, the energy which is required for the formation of carbon, for the formation of bond between carbon and this bromine atom, this is partially provided by the energy which is released by the formation of a bond between carbon and hydroxide ion. In the transition state, the three carbon and hydrogen bond, they are lying on a single plane, and the bond between carbon and hydroxide ion and carbon and bromine atom, this bond, this lies perpendicular to this plane. Then finally methyl alcohol is formed with the release of bromide ion. So the important point in this reaction is that the methyl alcohol, what we are getting as a end product, this is with inverted configuration. This is why. So because the hydroxide ion, which is a nucleophile, this approaches the central carbon atom from the rear side or back side. So as per the stereochemistry of this reaction is concerned, in the course of the reaction, the configuration of the carbon is inverted, rather like an umbrella blown inside out, and the change in the configuration is called Walden inversion. So the next reaction is SN1 reaction. It stands for unimolecular nucleophilic substitution. 1 stands for unimolecular, N stands for nucleophilic, and S stands for substitution. In this type of reaction, the rate of a nucleophilic substitution reaction depends only on the concentration of alkyl halide, and the reaction is of first order, and this is represented as SN1. Since in this reaction the rate of a reaction that depends upon the concentration of a substrate only, so this is represented as rate is directly proportional to concentration of a substrate. And therefore, the rate determining step, which is a slow step, involves the participation of only one substrate. The example of SN1 reaction is hydrolysis of tertiary butyl bromide by aqueous NaOH. This reaction consists of two steps. Step 1 involves the formation of a carbonium ion, and step 2 involves the attack of a nucleophile on the formed carbonium ion to get the final product. The alkyl halide ionizes to give the carbonium ion. This is the rate determining step, which is a slow step. The formed carbonium ion is planar. This is because the central positively charged carbon atom is sp2 hybridized. Step 2 involves the attack of a nucleophile on a formed carbonium ion. Now, in this reaction, the hydroxide ion, it has two possibilities to approach the formed carbonium ion, either from right hand side or from left hand side. So as a result of which the tertiary butyl alcohol is formed, and which is formed, the product which is formed, that is a racemic mixture, means 50% of D form is formed and 50% of L form is formed. So the important point for substitution reaction is the primary alkyl halides undergo hydrolysis by SN2 mechanism, whereas the tertiary alkyl halide undergo hydrolysis by SN1 mechanism, because the attack of the hydroxide ion on the crowded tertiary alkyl halide is quite difficult. As we can see in this figure, this is a tertiary alkyl halide, and if the hydroxide ion, this is approaching this alkyl halide from the rear side or a back side, this will not approach the central carbon atom. As it is approaching the central atom, this will come back like this because of the steric hindrance or because of the presence of the bulky alkyl group. Whereas in case of this alkyl halide, primary alkyl halide, these group are smaller, and if the nucleophile approaches is from the rear side or a back side, this will give rise to the formation of a product. Secondary alkyl halides may undergo hydrolysis by either SN1 or SN2 mechanism. Thank you.